Hi again, Carl White here, and I'm here with your quick hits. So we're on this series about how do you make mo money, not more money. See, more money means a little bit of money. Mo money means mo money, right? This one is you want to keep an eye on your expenses. You want to keep an eye on your expenses, and so one thing that I do, and I'm going to show you a little kind of a twist of this that you might not have thought about before. So one thing that I do is I meet with my accountant every about 90 days, and we go over every line on my credit card, my business credit card, and it's impressive. It is. Maybe it's too impressive, I guess, but it's pretty impressive, the outflow, but the incomes is equally impressive. So when we go over this thing on the credit card bill every 90 days, I have to defend each thing that we're doing. In other words, sometimes I'll try something and it works a little bit, and then it kind of stops working, but yet we still keep paying for that service. So you want to look at what you're doing and measure your credit pulls and look at your rent. I can tell you right now that nobody's going to write more loans because you live you're in a fancy schmancy office. So there's different areas where you can cut expenses. But I'm going to caution you on this, man, and I hope this comes across the right way. I'm going to tell you, I have found it easier to double my business than to save 10%. Let me say that again. I have found it easier to double my business than I have to save 10%. And let me show you the power of this. So, and I'm not saying not to save money, right? Or not to cut expenses, because I do want you to cut expenses, but I really want you to focus on building your business equally as well. And we're going to do some more quick hits on this, but let me just show you what I mean by this. Let's say you're closing 4 loans a month, or 20 loans a month, right? Or 100 loans a month. Either one is the same thing. But let's just say on average, you're making about $2,000 per closing. So if you're closing 4 loans a month, that's about $8,000. Not too shabby, right? 8 times 12, if I use my genius mathematical math brain that I have, is what? 72 grand, right? Not too shabby, right? So if no, it's not. It's 96,000. Even mo. See, that's mo money, right? So, if we take that, not a bad income, or if 20 loans would be $40,000 a month, a little bit better, right? But look at this: if we save 10% of $8,000, we I don't know, profit extra, more mo money in our pocket, $800 a month extra. Not so bad, right? But if we make, not double, let's say we increase it by 80%, right? We increase our amount of loans we're doing by 80%, which is pretty easy. I'm just telling you, that's an extra $6,400, right? Or even a better example would be at 20 loans a month, right? At 20 loans a month, where you're making $40,000, if you save 10%, of course, that's $4,000 extra in your pocket. Not a waste of time, right? Not a bad thing to do. But if we focus on this 80%, how do we get 80% more business? Well, that's a much bigger number, right? That's an extra 32 grand. And keep in mind, that's 32 plus the 40 that you're already making. So that's, now we're talking about $72,000 a month. Not too shabby. So I don't want you to get confused on this. And I debated about this one. It's not that I'm saying not to save the 10%, because I think that's a real important thing, but don't sacrifice the 80% for the 10%. You follow what I'm saying there? So you want to look at both of these, but keep in mind that really putting the focus on this while keeping an eye on expenses, right? We can make a bunch of money and not have profitability. I've done that in the past. I've already made that mistake for you, so you don't need to do that, right? So what's the take-home message here? About every 90 days, not you and not the Mr. or the Mrs. in your life, but you and an outside party, somebody that's business smart. I like accountants, right? Somebody that's business smart. Go through every line on your credit card and defend to that person why we're buying this thing, why we're investing into this program, how this this program benefits us. And then after you do that, let's focus on that part. Let's focus on the 80%. There's a link on this page. I might not be the best person to help defend your 10%, but if you're looking to increase that 80%, it's kind of what I'm known for. So there's a link somewhere on this page. Click that button. Let's schedule a call, and let's map out what it looks like for 80%. And before you say yes or no to something, look to see what it is, right? Sometimes people say, I don't want to do that because I'm already busy. What if you could increase by 80% and have less busy? What if you could have less crazy? So before you say no to something, or even before you say yes to something, let's take a look at it and see what you're saying yes or no to, right? Doesn't cost anything. Click on the button. Once you do that, you'll go inside, answer a couple questions so that we can prepare for the call to give you your best results in this like 45-minute call. Be in front of a computer. I recommend not being on a cell phone, being in front of a computer. This is going to be like a one-on-one Zoom, and that way you can do screenshots and whatnot of some scripts or mailers or emails or Facebook ads or whatever we should talk about. So click on the link, fill out the information. As soon as you do that, it'll pop up a calendar, pick a time and date that's good for you, and let's map out this 80%. That way you can have mo money. I'm Carl White. We'll talk to you when you call in.